I'm standing as the only independent candidate for Police, Fire and Crime Commissioner of North Yorkshire, the election which is this week on the 6th of May, and I'm hoping people will go out and vote, obviously, for me. I bring with my experience, a background of over 20 years in the West Yorkshire Police, where I served in CID, firearms team lead. I was promoted, received commendations and left with an exemplary service record. I went on to work for 10 years then for the Bank of Scotland, which later became Halifax Bank of Scotland, as a fraud investigator working on cases involving many millions of pounds. Then run a retail business, our family business, for over 20 years, which is renowned around the world. The oldest sweet shop in the world, actually, in Paisley Bridge, which we've created a worldwide brand online as well. But because I'm standing for this, I've actually sold the business so that there can be no conflict of interest. And I've also been in the community, Chamber of Trade chairman. I've also been chair of the Bloom Group. I'm a fundraiser of the year for Yorkshire Air Ambulance 2 years ago. And also I'm a patron of Dementia Forward. And I am honoured to say I was awarded the MBE in 2018 for services to businesses and the community. So I'm very heavily embedded in local communities and doing public service, which I've really done all my life. And the role I just see as working, I believe it should be independent, not filled by somebody who's a political party member. I've always been non-political throughout my life, and I can represent everybody then. And I'm not doing it for a title. I'm doing it because I want to get things done, chase things, but giving operational responsibility, which is only right for the Chief Constable and the Chief Fire Officer of North Yorkshire. I will be there to support and back them up. To show my commitment, I've actually pledged every year £20,000 from my salary, if I'm elected, will go to registered charities in North Yorkshire. And also, I'm not going to claim any expenses, because I think at a time when politicians are viewed with a great deal of suspicion and scepticism, it's important to show a lead and to show that you're doing this for the right reasons. And I've got lots of initiatives, priorities and vision to put things out there which I think are going to make a huge difference to everybody who either lives, works or visits North Yorkshire.
And so in a really short sentence, for the uni students who are our listeners, what does the Police, Fire and Crime Commissioner do, and how does it impact uni students?
I think the important thing for the Police, Fire, Crime Commissioner is that people know about the role, and it's been around since 2012 when it was put together for somebody from the community to represent the public, to go to the Chief Constable, the police, and act as basically the bridge between the public and the police. That has, I think, been lost sight of. So I need to bring it back so that people understand what the role is, that we can talk to groups such as students. What I need to speak to the students and find out what their issues are so that I can then put them into a plan, which I present to the Chief Constable, the Chief Fire Officer, working with students. And clearly there's a lot of problems around attacks, certainly on female students, which needs looking at what we can put into place for that, and theft of bikes, particularly in York, which is a huge problem, and trying to listen and then be able to act as that bridge between the students and the Chief Constable, the Chief Fire Officer, and say, this is what we can do. And I want to have a young person's forum created, which hopefully will have student representation on it, those who want to be part of it.
And what's your number one priority, really, like in as few words as you can?
Every crime and complaint matters, and that means that people are listened to and we follow it up and the police follow it up. So certainly rural crime will be on the top of the agenda, of course, attacks and abuse on people, harassment, etc. But abuse is a big issue, and I think because of what we've gone through over the last 15 months, there's going to be a massive amount of problems which surface, which we haven't been aware of. So we need to be ready for that, with all the police and the agencies working together, ready to tackle that. So rural crime, drug traffickers and dealers, and certainly to do with abuse and anxiety and all the problems that have come from the last 15 months.
And really quickly, we've not got long left. Sum up your campaign for me in 5 or 6 words.
Independent, representing people, not towing a party line, keeping politics out of policing and the fire service. That's what the role was set up for in 2012. That's what I will bring back to the role, and I will represent everybody from wherever and whatever the backgrounds in North Yorkshire, live, work or visiting.